change.
At least.
That shit sound like a infomercial for a vacuum cleaner.
Nah. Roots, we gotta hit the one track I just sent you, man.
Oh, I'm tripping, bro.
Nah, you good. It's short. But for the theme of the movie.
I got you. All right, boom. Let's go ahead. Hey, I'm gonna do the intro, then we're gonna introduce, and then we're gonna hit this before we go into that. Boom. Hey, man. We back with another episode of the Real Rap Coalition podcast. 1 week from 52 weeks, which means we have been doing this shit one fucking week short of a year, bro. Can we get a round of applause for doing this shit for 50?
Yeah.
We do that.
Let's fucking go, man.
This nigga Art's a contrarian. Yeah, man. Before we get into everything else, I want to go ahead and do a roll call real quick. My name is Black Roots. Who else we got in the building?
Have any of you ever wanted to be on television? Today is your lucky day.
That was handsome, as usual.
Hey,
Bob
suck
Celeste.
my dick with your bitch mouth, pussy.
Damn, that's wild.
That was also handsome.
It's Bob Celeste. I'm the best. Let's go.
Sorry, man.
It's feared by many, man.
You hear that shit?
Nigga stole my intro. That's what I do.
Fucking up another date night. Fucking up another great night. Big Lordy Lord, man. What's happening, man? Let's get to it.
Let's go, man.
Y'all niggas can't sing, bitch ass niggas.
They got some boring ass intros, Pools.
It's art, man.
What the
Mama was a dope fiend. I used to dream. She kept her nose clean. I needed somebody to console me. Got me thinking that the whole world owed me. Telling people that know me.
Is this E40?
Nah, nigga. Yo, shout out that nigga Bruiser Wolf, man. Mama was a dope fiend. Y'all niggas gotta hear that song. That shit is too appropriate for the movie.
For this movie, it should have been I made my mother a dope thing because I'm a shitty.
We not gonna do that.
That's what y'all.
I don't think he had nothing to do with that shit.
No, not at all. Like,
we're gonna talk about it.
He played a part. Never he fucking up everybody's
let's
life.
see.
You know?
Hey,
That's a
introduce the
fact.
fucking movie, Art.
Hey. Don't tell him to take my job. So today we got Requiem for a Dream, man.
Yep.
What is this? 1999, 2000?
2000.
The year 2000. You know,
The year niggas thought the world was gonna end like some dummies.
Yeah, and then they made
They
this
still think
bullshit.
that today.
That shit might have ended with this. Like, if this was the last movie to come out right before the world ended, and that shit started over again, and motherfuckers went into a time capsule and found this shit, it might have ended again.
Like, man.
But yeah, man. Art, go ahead and tell us real quick why you picked this movie.
This is another one of my movies that I just had laying around the house. Man. Same with Young Guns, same with Lords of Dogtown. Just something I grew up with. I ain't got no crazy. This is one of the movies that kind of inspired me to like try to get into filmmaking myself, just how like uniquely it was shot and shit like that.
You need some better inspiration, brother.
His childhood sucked, man.
I didn't say anything about the subject matter in the movie inspiring me. I said the way it was shot. I didn't. I've been straight edge for the most part all my life. So
CM Punk.
and
You want to be CM Punk so bad.
as a matter of fact, this is like would be a movie I would show somebody to convince
Get
them
off of that shit. Yeah, right.
Yeah, you might just make them sit and watch this shit over and over while they're going through withdrawal.
Yeah,
Boy, that would be like man, because like they say, if you're tripping bad on like mushrooms or some shit, and like you see some shit can go horrible. Like if you play this sorry ass shit for a motherfucker going through withdrawal,
bad trip starter.
Like
Yeah,
so,
I mean, this is a good thing, right, about the movie is that they showed the perspective of the junkie like with extreme precision, bro. Like even like the little excuses, the fucking
real quick, spoiler alert, y'all like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Go back and watch the previous episodes. We got 50. Well, we don't have 50 on the channel, but we have a lot of other episodes.
But let me preface this. I know it's gonna be a lot of shit said about the movie. I firmly don't believe that every movie is supposed to be and meant to be in per se enjoyable to watch. I think
copping a plea.
I think. Well, let me finish what I say. Some movies are just meant for you to like experience, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, the movie. I think the movie. I'm confident. I pick. I like this movie.
I wish I was sober watching this fucking movie.
I like this movie.
You were sober?
I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't watching it, which is crazy. But
100% sober. I was watching this movie.
None of y'all was sober, so he can tell y'all.
No, I was smacked, but I definitely liked the movie.
I was sober.
But look, man. Seems like there's a little bit of weird, energy around the movie. Honestly, one thing you gotta say is that this movie was well shot, like Art was saying. I think some of the choices that they made of what they showed you on the screen, the angles that they got, changes of quality, stage setting, the world around you changing and shit when you're tripping out, all that shit. I mean,
who's responsible for the direction and the producing of this movie?
I don't know.
Aaron Aronofsky, what's his name? I know he's a
look it up.
Aronofsky?
Yeah, Darren Aronofsky. Yeah, let's see what else he did. He did Black Swan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he's got a type of movie.
Yeah, I didn't watch the Black Swan one. So
yeah, he makes movies about fucked up people a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
He might be a fucked up person.
I mean, you gotta at least be some kind of a sociopath,
or he might be
to make
a
movie like this.
How fucked up the world is,
right? But yeah. So within this movie, you've got four main characters. You know what I'm saying? Marlon Wayans is one. Jared Leto is one. What is the name of the mother? I saw it yesterday, but I cannot recall it.
We'll call her Old Hag for reference.
Hey, her name Barbara Springfield or some shit.
Yeah, in fact.
No, it's something with an S though. Sundry something. I don't know. And then Jared Leto's girlfriend,
Jennifer Connelly.
Yep, Jennifer Connelly.
That's crazy. I was literally trying to remember her name, telling my wife about this movie. And I said her name can't be Jennifer because all the white actress names are Jennifer.
Yep.
But that was right.
Right. Damn, son.
But yeah, so quick synopsis of the movie, you know what I'm saying? Jared Leto's character is a heroin addict who, along with his girlfriend and his friend Tyrone are, all substance addicted. He lives with his mother, at least for the beginning portion of the movie.
That's not true.
That's not true?
No, he doesn't live with his mother. He just keeps coming back to steal a TV.
I swore he lived there, and then he moved out with the old girl.
Yeah, because later. I mean, I can't assume before, but from the way they make it look at the beginning, I think that he didn't live there because whenever he pulled up for the TV and shit like that, he his mom like locked the door on him or some shit, like made it seem like
locked the door, but I don't think that's indicative of not being able to live there. Like, motherfuckers can definitely lock a door on you in your own crib. You don't have keys to every inside door.
Stole the
to
whole
keep it a buck, like she was going on later on, like it made it seem like that nigga was never there. I don't
Yeah,
know,
she was
bro.
talking
Yeah,
about how
like
lonely she
maybe
was and shit.
like I because later on like he had left, you know what I'm saying? So like I figured that was what that was about. But either way, right? So those are the three of the main characters, and then his mother is the fourth main character of the movie. You know, Barb.
Sarah Goldfield,
Sarah
Goldfarb.
Gold Barb. Yep.
Worst ass name.
Yeah,
If you out there, your last name is Goldfarb, man, you was
that's a
cursed at
Jewish
birth.
name if I've ever heard one.
I was about to say,
Can't
that's
lie
a-
to you.
Hey man, Kanye coming for you. You heard? My bad.
But yeah, so you know it follows their misadventures over the course of about a year, I want to say, because I think it starts in the summer and it ends like around the winter time.
Was it about? Was it a year? The movie takes place
That
about
you
a
just
year.
explained 6 months, bro.
Well, no, like it's the end of the winter time, so it's probably closer to 9. But you know, it's over the course. That's why I said of about a year.
I think that it started in the summer and then it ended.
It
It
ended in
ended
the
in the
winter time
winter,
because they
but
were
it was the
driving
winter.
cold
It was
as fuck.
it was the winter of the following year though, because remember before they go on the trip, dude said it feels like it was
Last summer.
yeah, it feels like it's last yeah, exactly. He made that comment about last summer, and so I think I think they was at it for like a year and
Well,
some
if last
change.
summer is to be indicative of not the summer that just passed, but the one before, then yeah, I guess
Yeah,
that
of
makes
course,
sense.
because yo, this summer was fire. Like that's kind of how I talk about the summer if it just passed.
Yeah.
Like yo, the summer was fire. Like
But go ahead.
nah, yeah. I was just gonna say that early on though, we get the profile pretty quickly. Bro obviously does some risky shit, you know what I'm saying? He's into that shit. His homie Tyrone or whatever else gets him, you know what I'm saying, says it's an opportunity. You know, we move this shit. We could we could make some real bread, then we don't have to be worrying no more. You know what I'm saying? They're basically trying to come
They
up,
want to
right?
become heroin dealers.
In which we don't get to see a whole lot of Tyrone's life, but it seems like he functions a lot better than fucking Harry does.
Tyrone is the best character in this movie in terms of like
Yeah, man.
deserving his fate at the end the least out of everybody. He 100% was like the most innocent of the four main characters.
I mean,
He was
let's
selling
not
drugs
like
right along with Harry. They was doing the same shit.
Hell
There-
no, Harry deserved a lot of this shit that happened to him.
no, relax. Like
I
I
don't
think
My bad,
know.
all
Art,
of
go
them
ahead.
deserved what they fucking
Sorry.
got.
I don't know. I think they both equally was like. I think they both equally.
I
was
think Sarah deserved
No.
less of what she got than Harry did.
Yeah,
I will
facts.
say that when she switched up, I kind of was pissed off. Cause if you think that nigga wasn't going out trying to hustle and going through it too, like you was just in here being cracked out, like and you think he just wasn't going through nothing, like
That's how
nah,
hoes be, Luno.
nigga
That's
got
how
pop
these hoes
shots,
be.
nigga got shots popped at him and shit. A crowd of people didn't know he was gonna make it out. He seen niggas get dumped in trash
Bro.
cans. You know, the nigga was just he's
Bro,
going
it was
through
He come
it's a
back home
wild
to a
life.
complaining bitch.
Bro,
Bruh.
that
You
mo-
Supposed
no,
to out
like
there,
he
you
is
went out there and fucked it up, bitch.
I
No,
really
bro.
felt for that nigga in that scene.
Bro,
Sorry.
she is the embodiment of like you
Yeah.
know, it's a good perspective of like how junkies function. Like that bitch was, you know, whenever they was in there high and life was good and shit, you know, they was in love type shit, you know. But as soon as the wheels fell off of that shit, that bitch just started like throwing all the blame onto a motherfucker. That bitch wanted
Bro,
to
come on,
hit
man.
a fix, bro. That
What's up,
bitch wanted to hit. Puos,
They-
that bitch was fiending to hit a
Come
fix
on.
at night, talking about like, yeah, you know, he was like, nah, you know, we got to have something left over for whoop de whoop. That
Yeah,
bitch did
I
that
think
shit.
Fuko
Then
about
in the
to say
morning
I'm
blamed
listening
him
to him.
for fucking doing that shit. Like she blamed him for, yeah, we would have some if it
That's
wasn't for you,
what
bitch.
women
What?
do, KTL. It ain't got shit about being
We
a
not
junkie.
about to do that shit because I mean the bitch just went to go fuck some nigga for this nigga to get this.
Well, no, this was before.
No,
that.
and I'm not talking about that, but when she was like when she flipped out on the nigga because he didn't
Yeah, he deserved
Yeah,
that
nigga-
shit because like,
but
come
niggas
on,
didn't
bro,
just act like he deserved it 2 minutes ago. I heard what you niggas were saying.
no, Pooh,
No,
because
no,
we're
I'm
talking
saying
about two
she
separate
was wilding.
scenes.
Everybody in the situation is a fallible motherfucking
We're talking
drug
about two
dealer.
separate scenes, Puos. He didn't deserve it like at first, but whenever that bitch, like after that, when she flipped out, yeah, like he deserved that shit.
At the end, she was like, "You fucking loser." I'm like, "Bitch, if you don't like, that shit just like had me bothered, son. Like, how can you call me a loser? You're the leech here. I'm out here working. Like you, you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
no,
but
to
Leech
be
off your
fair,
fucking
Puo, or
parents, and as
Luno,
soon
that
as
bitch did
they
go
about
out
to
there
cut
and
you off, you
sell
leech
some
off
box.
of me.
I mean, she sold some ass, but them drawings didn't do nothing. Where's them sketches going? Like, you ain't even work on your main hustle. Like, I know it's
Well,
hard.
shit,
You know,
they
but
didn't. They were never gonna be able to do nothing with that. They couldn't keep the
being
money
an artist
long
is
enough
hard.
to fucking.
hey, you know what though? Salute to this white dude because he said at the beginning when they at first got the weight, he was like, bro, I'm thinking about this. Like, if we do a bump of this shit right now, we're gonna fuck this shit up. And nigga Tyrone's like, nah, like if we don't, take a hit of this shit, we don't know how much to cut. We got to try this shit out.
No,
Like,
I thought he was
He
just being
not. So look, he not
That don't make him.
necessarily
He was
wrong.
already a heroin addict.
So
Yeah,
look,
wait, that'll make him what?
his way of thinking behind the shit of just testing it, that makes sense. That's also why niggas have junkies on payroll to test their shit after it come
Correct.
out.
But I don't
agree.
think it's a stance of like intellectual superiority or moral high ground to be like.
I'm
nah,
not talking
man, like,
about
we gonna
moral
do
high
this
ground
shit.
or moral superiority. I'm talking about common sense. Usually
No,
niggas
it's
would
not.
stereotype.
It's not common sense, and
Like
that's
you
why I'm about
said,
to
you said he
explain to
should
you.
have tested it himself. That's what you just said.
Well, no, like what I'm saying is, bro, you out here acting like, oh no, like if we do this shit, we might get addicted, bro. You're already addicted. What are
He
you
didn't
talking
say
some
about?
other-
addicted. He said we're gonna fuck it up.
Yeah, he said he gonna fuck up the
He
bag and
said
shit
you ain't
by
gonna
using
cut
this
it.
shit.
Niggas not gonna cut it how it should be cut if we high doing this shit, which is right.
That wasn't how I perceived that. I perceived that he was like, if we start doing this shit, we're not gonna stop it, and we're going to end up doing all this shit.
Nah.
He
They
said
already
it
doing
literally.
plenty of shit,
Like,
bro. Part of the reason they want money is to get more dope. Let's be real. But they selling they don't want to get high off their own supply. And I understand that shit. It makes
it's
sense.
an insane thing to be a drug addicted drug dealer. That's a
Yeah,
real solid business model there.
Well, look, salute to him for trying to acknowledge that. Obviously, they did the bunt though. But another thing I gotta talk about with this movie is how they convey what's going on in the minds of these characters, bro. Like through the visual cues. Like when the nigga was
Not
at
gonna
his
lie,
crib,
that shit got mad repetitive and it was annoying.
it's repetitive, but it's creative, and there's not a lot of movies that make the choice to kind of sort of do like that slideshow weirdness, like stop motion, like a lot of that stuff. I thought like the fridge like kind of freaking his mom's out was pretty cool.
I hate
it made like growling sounds. But the sound design is amazing. Like they go outside and the sun is out in the air and it makes like the sizzling of an egg in a pan, like stupid shit like that, yo.
Bro,
And
there was a decent amount of time. Go ahead, Art.
I said I think being repetitive is part of the point. Like I think that was that added, like, because that is a repetitive as.
And I get it. I get that part of it. I'm not saying it's stupid. I'm just saying it was annoying.
There was a decent amount of time that I felt sympathy for, like, for Sarah's character and whatnot, but
I didn't.
Not during the time. Like, this bitch out there freaking out at the fridge. Bitch, just go eat something, bitch. You out here getting bullied by an inanimate object. Get the fuck out of here.
early 2000s,
Eat a
huge
fucking
misinformation era. We got to talk about that, man. In
Eat a
early
fucking
history,
bagel,
at
bitch.
the time that they were at, they use ECT on her, electroconvulsion therapy, right? That type of shit is outlawed, son, because that shit not only does not work, but it leaves you fucked up forever, right?
Well, no, regardless of any of that, Luno, all them people in that sanatorium and shit belong in prison. Like,
nigga, she went to doctors making good ass fucking money and got a bunch of uppers, which is basically just a bunch of fucking methamphetamines and shit, because those shit suppress your appetite. But as a result, the bitch lost her fucking mind, saw shit in her house. Like,
I don't care about none of that.
Like
I'm talking
M&Ms
about
and
like
shit
the
too.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, nah.
You know why?
She started
Because
mixing.
she got used to the one dose or whatever else. Shit wasn't doing anything for her no more. She said, I gotta combine. I gotta just mash
Well,
these
no,
shits
wasn't.
together.
But that's the thing. Hold on, real quick, KTL. It wasn't that it wasn't doing its job. She didn't feel the same based off the shit.
Yeah, because you get tolerance, bro.
Well, that bitch was out there tripped the fuck out because, like, she's sitting there waiting every day by the fucking mailbox for a letter to come that was like never coming. She's like, when am I gonna be on TV? She's sitting there obsessing over this TV show and shit. So all she's doing is sitting there not eating, watching TV, popping pills. You know
But I
what I'm
think
saying?
this movie shows up. My bad. This movie, I might ask. I gotta.
No, you good.
It actually ain't that bad.
Not today.
This movie shows the parallels of how corrupt not only the drug, like the street drug industry is, but also the pharmaceutical
world itself.
Like,
Pharmaceutical.
like, look, she walked to get weed to try to get a prescription. She's like, yeah, I'm fat. The lady, instead of saying, no, you're not fat, she says, oh, I've seen much worse, and she just like pretty much saying,
not even that, but like the doctor didn't even fucking look her in the face.
Exactly. I was about to say that.
Well, beyond that, bro, like there's a bunch of like beyond the surface level elements of this shit because
Yes.
you know it yes, like the street drugs are addictive, the pharmaceutical drugs are addictive, but the addiction that got her, you know, started on all of this shit is the desire to be seen, the television and whatnot. Like she wanted so bad
To
to
be
be
like,
on television and like to have meaning in her life and
Yeah,
whatnot
Roots is
that
correct
she
here.
turned to
Roots is
drugs
definitely
in
right
like
here because it's not just that she wanted to just, you know, she was obsessed with just being on TV. Remember her account. My son is gone, my husband is gone,
but that's what I'm saying. Like she
my
said
friends
this
aren't
all she
really
had to
my
live
friends.
for.
Yeah, but so for what the TV show reflects is her being, you know, seen and like appreciated by people around her and shit. She desperately wanted that, and so in her late life, okay, because I'm talking like she looks like she's 60 something, like bitches in her late life, like fucking taking like speed and like, you know, to desperately losing weight to fit in a dress. Like, what type of life is that for somebody,
She's
you know, OG?
depressed. Like she's super
She's sad as
depressed
shit.
and super
Bro,
naive too. She's very
all
naive
of that
about the
shit
world.
just because she saw a diet and said, "Oh, I can't do without this sugar
That's
and
where the
whatnot."
naive
Misinformation,
comes from.
misinformation era. You know how
Salad
many calories is
dressing,
in an egg?
you
One
know.
egg, one egg is like motherfucking 90 calories and shit. A cup of coffee has no calories. A grapefruit has like 20 calories. And you telling me you're gonna eat all that for a day and just have the rest water? That's ridiculous. You can't live on that much. That's like African level starvation.
You can
The fuck?
definitely live on that much, but it would have
You'll just
just did
die
the
quickly.
same thing. Well, no, it would have just did the same thing. Like it's the same effect as these pills did to this bitch, where she's just fucking wasting away and shit.
Did you know extreme hunger causes hallucinations, nigga?
One
Like
hundred
part
percent. But
yeah.
I think that it's healthier to, and you know, it's a like which is the lesser evil. But I think it probably would have been healthier for a bitch to just basically like, you know,
eat
starve
right instead of
herself
fucking
than to get like addicted to pills.
not
No,
even starve
absolutely.
herself, because you can fucking eat right and still have 3 meals a day. It's just that she didn't want to do that shit.
That
She
was
didn't have
around
self control. She wanted something and didn't have the self control to get what she wanted, so she decided to go take the easy way out.
ask any of
And
your folks about the food pyramid, like the food pyramid they were pushing like back in the day and shit like
yeah,
that. Back
Michelle
then,
Obama.
before they got familiar with the whole calories and all the other shit, like what they were spreading in the news and shit was just like, make sure your kids are just drinking milk just cause, you know, strong bones is calcium in it. And now we got calcium supplements. It's like niggas don't have to be
I
drinking
was
fucking
sitting there
milk.
watching the movie thinking it
Which we're
might
not
be
supposed to be fucking drinking milk as human beings anyway.
you watch your fucking mouth.
Look at you,
I
milk drinker,
yes, yes, and my
um
bones are strong.
milk man.
But
Yeah, I
the
drink. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think it would have been funny as hell. Like I was watching the movie thinking it would be funny as fuck if like this bitch did this shit through the whole, you know, period of time. And then like it wasn't even a problem. Like the zipper was just broken or something. Like it wasn't that she was too fat to fit in the dress. Like
She
she
was too
just
weak
couldn't
and
fit in
feeble to
that shit.
fucking zip a zipper
Yeah,
up.
Oh,
because it's
bless
fucked
this
up.
old lady though, because she had to lose weight for her role. Like, and she's
And
pretty
no,
old, man.
okay, so let me explain what I said earlier, right? I felt some sympathy towards her because at the end of the day, all this came as a result of she just got scammed. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
Whoever the
Right.
fuck called her
Yeah,
on that little phone TV
Jesus
thing,
Christ.
that's
She
what got her hopes up and shit, and she just couldn't let that shit
and
go.
that's
You
what
don't
If it
think they
pushed
know
wouldn't
her.
have
that
been
shit,
for
hey
that
KTO?
shit,
check
she
this
would have
out.
been
Check this
all
out
right.
real quick. She is 90 now. This came out 23 years ago.
Yep.
She was 70, 77.
That's crazy.
Jeez, bro.
She was all that.
But I'm like, okay, so like, you know, as opposed to the rest of these motherfuckers, like all that happened to her really was like she got scammed and
That's
then
why
she couldn't let it go. You know what
you
I'm saying?
said
She got
you think
sad and obsessed.
that's why you said you thought Tyrone may have not deserved it the most. I think she may have not deserved
No, because like at the very least, like Tyrone, at the end of the movie, Tyrone didn't do anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like he was in the hospital for his partner who had like he told his partner not to do some dumbass shit. His partner did that dumbass shit. He brought him to the hospital. Then he got arrested as well. You feel me?
He
Like
should have sat his ass in the car.
like I was about to say, the shit that he did wrong, you know, legally is he became a heroin dealer.
it.
But he
But he
never
was
got in any trouble for dealing heroin.
Right.
He was in the
but
back
look,
seat with another heroin dealer who got shot,
but
then was
still
running away from the scene and got picked up by the police and had to get bailed out, and that's where all his money went.
but
He
still
Oh
wasn't
well,
doing anything illegal at that point.
listen,
I
back
guess
then
consorting.
it was
I think
different,
I
bro.
agree with you, actually.
Nah, back then it was different, bro. Like
Like
if
he
some
was
shit was going
hustling in
on, like
all the right ways.
Oh.
He just had some dumbass
if
business
if
partners.
they he moved smart. Even the nigga who was in the shit before they got clapped or whatever was saying, "Yo, you smart. I don't think you're a junkie,"
Mm-hmm.
which he was wrong
He was
about. But he
wrong.
said, "Yeah, he's wrong as a bitch." But he was like, you know, you
He was
gonna
just a
get
more
promoted. You gonna
functioning
make
junkie
some.
than most junkies.
That's
Yeah,
how you know how
exactly.
dope he was, though. Nigga
I'm
didn't
about
even
to
think he
say-
was a junkie. Shit.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, right, there is a level to some shit. I believe to be a junkie, you got to be, you know, like not really functional. Like that
That's not
motherfucker
true
was
at
just
all.
a
That's not
functioning.
true.
When you a junkie, bro. I
Bro,
don't give
he's like Lil Wayne. He's a functioning drug addict.
It's a
Like,
nigga at your
Wait,
job,
the
probably that's a junkie you don't even know about. He just do his
that's
job
not true, bro.
extremely
That's a
well.
functioning drug addict, bro. A junkie is a motherfucker who can't do shit because of like what the fuck they do.
I
Fair
don't think that's
enough.
right. I don't think that's true at
That's
all.
just my opinion, you know.
But
But
Nah, maybe there is a difference, but who knows?
But no, I like he still was in the mix with this shit. He still was dealing heroin, and
Oh,
so
well-
so that came with the shit that he was doing. This lady was just a lady, old naive lady trying to get on TV. She
Well,
maybe
look,
her
real quick,
action.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off, but just to address the previous point, junkie literally means a drug addict. So
Yeah, that's it. That's literally
There
yeah,
it is,
well,
bro. There it is.
but that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I don't
You
know.
might just be wanting to call them functional junkies and leave it at
Well,
that.
my point more so, Luno, is like I look at addiction as like something that a motherfucker can't live without. And while I did see this guy get high through here, I don't think I ever saw him just fiending for some shit. Like even when they was flat broke, like his partner was fiending like, "Hey man, we need this last shit out the box. We're gonna
Nah,
fill it back up.
we
Don't
did see him
worry."
fiending, but you know when he fiended? When he was locked. Whenever you put him behind them bars and shit like that, you saw the background flipping the
I
fuck
don't think
out
that
and
was
this nigga
fiending. I
losing his
think that
mind.
was just like
Oh,
him
that's withdrawal.
fucking-
That's
Definitely
withdrawal. That's
fiending, bro.
absolutely
Yeah, I'm
withdrawal.
about to say I think that was
the
just him
second
coming down
time,
off
the second
a high.
time,
Like,
the second
Withdrawal is
time, yes. The first
coming down.
time, no.
I think he was just coming down off a high. Like
The nigga had his girl. The nigga had his girl ass
High,
nigga on
nigga.
the bed.
That's
And
withdrawal
was
pain.
You know the shit that they're playing with,
yeah, he
KTL?
was
You don't
high
just
as fuck, Art. Imagine
yeah,
it in his
bro. So
mom.
that, you do that, you're a junkie, bro.
you don't
I
just
I
come
think he was
down.
just high, bro. I don't know.
KTL, this isn't like a bull pack, you know, in the bong, and then you just like, you know, you're coming
No,
down.
they
Like
did
that's
that too during the movie. Like,
yeah, but that's on top of a bunch of shit. They mix the uppers with the downers, with the lefters and the righters. These niggas are fucked up. But like the point is that this
shout
is
out
a
the
different
writers,
type of
man.
yeah, shout out the writers. The one is that once that dude got locked up or whatever else, he didn't have nothing. And that's the reason why he was flipping out the way he was.
Like I'm saying, bro. Like my point is that I think that like Tyrone realistically ended up like at the end of the movie, he's in prison for God only knows how long, having to do some bullshit ass manual labor and whatnot, as a result of some shit that wasn't really his
mashing
fault.
potatoes.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't his fault, bro. He told his partner not to do some dumbass shit. He did that dumbass shit. They ended up in the hospital, and he got popped. Even before then, he was doing well with his, you know, heroin empire that he was building, and a motherfucker is out here, you know, like he's consorting with other high-ranking heroin types, and they got shot, and he got picked up for being in the area and covered in blood. Like he never really made.
I mean, he's
again,
mistake,
he's black
bro.
as hell, running
He's
covered in
black,
blood
running
at
covered-
That's
nighttime.
not my argument.
Right
I'm
after
saying he never
gunshots.
made a business level mistake. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
agree.
to
I agree.
get put in jail. Like he just got arrested for being black and covered in blood. Like,
Right. They just happen to it's like correlation, right? Like they figure, you know, the police policy is just gonna be just catch every black person, or at least some of them are gonna be like criminals, you know. That's the mentality. Like they're not
especially
like,
in
you know
the
what I'm saying?
90s.
He made one
man.
mistake. Like running a straight path when you're running from something or any that is a big ass. Never do that dumb shit.
Yo,
That
shout
nigga
out
ran
Huckatron,
straight.
man.
Okay. Oh, that's KTL partner.
That's my dog,
That
man.
nigga cold in a bitch. We do this every time this nigga come in.
He
I'm not,
said,
look-
you do
I'm not
this,
finna do this. Shout out
This
to
nigga
dude,
Huck
though.
look happy as shit in his profile picture. You seen him with the coffee cup, son? My nigga was just out there having a good time.
But yeah, so like I say, that's my opinion. That like Harry that's one thing I want to bring up, man. Harry said Jesus Christ more than anyone not named John Doe I've ever heard in my fucking life, bro. Like, oh my God, he said that so many times in this movie, man. I was like, man, is this your catchphrase? What is this?
Definitely his catchphrase is Jesus Christ.
Is this your only way of showing exasperation?
Is anybody gonna and first of all, the lady would not have got hooked on shit if she could have fit in that dress the first time she tried to re-put it on.
True.
That's number one. Number two, is anybody gonna blame the other white lady for getting her hooked on that shit?
The old
Oh
woman?
yeah, she was the one that put it out there.
Yeah, like
That was the
nobody
same
talking
one
about
that
this
was
shit.
it the same one
I
that
got a
dyed her hair?
doctor. Yo, you know what's crazy too though? She took them pills too. She made it through. She lost the weight for whatever she needed to, and then she was chilling. She
Nah, she
lived to
didn't say
tell
it
this.
was her. She said it was like her
She said it
daughter or
was a
something.
friend.
Yeah, her friend. Or
Oh,
something
okay. So
like
that person could be fucking deceased right now. We
Nah,
don't know.
but they, bro, I think if you take it how they saying take it, pause. You'll
Yeah,
be
it
all right.
ain't like she just started like you see at that point where she's flipping out that shit on the TV. She's just like got all the different colors mixed up. She's just taking them hoes like Skittles, bro.
Yeah, that was at the end point. But when
But I
Harry
know
noticed,
she's been doing it leading up to that.
when Harry noticed that she was on that shit, she was fucking grinding her teeth and shit. And he
Yeah.
knew right then and there that's the fucking doings of being on some shit.
And that's where I don't feel as much
But she was
sympathy
taking
because
them
your
regular at
son
that point.
told
She was
you,
taking them the right way.
your son told you, to stop this shit. And you had all these excuses as to why you wasn't going to do
She
it.
trusted the institutions. Why do you think there's so much healthcare skepticism now in 2023 where people are,
Especially
not
for
only
old
like
people.
afraid of the fucking
I
vaccines, afraid
can't
of
even blame it
everything?
on the institution, Luno, because she
Nah, you
had
got
a
to,
You
bro.
gotta blame it on the
no, but listen to
institution,
me,
bro. You know how bad they
man.
fucked up in the
Hey, I
history of this
appreciate
country?
it, Huck, man.
Yes,
But
Blue
here,
Huck.
Did you
I
even see?
agree, Luno.
Hold on, because my bad, KT. I just gotta say this because I've been on Snapchat and looking at bitches while y'all was talking, so I don't know what y'all said
Yeah.
this, but when she first walked in there, like y'all Art said, she didn't. When she was like, "No, I'm fat or something." No, girl, I seen worse. When a doctor walked in, nigga didn't
He
even
ain't
look
even
at
look
her,
at
bro.
her, yeah.
He just, hey, here, take this, get up out of here, bro.
You know what's scary, Pujols? And they use some visuals to like illustrate like the feeling in that office because when he went out the room, he walked out there and it was just an abyss. Like you didn't
Bro,
see nothing out there.
Exactly.
what
You
I'm
can't.
saying,
You
bro.
gotta blame him. He knew what he was
I
giving her,
definitely.
bro.
I'm not saying I don't blame the healthcare system in this movie. What I'm saying is that the reason, like, she was given, two options here: either the doctor's right or her son is right, and she had something so much that she wanted in her mind that she had chosen what the right thing was. It wasn't based off logic or anything. It was based off of what she wanted to
It was
accomplish.
based off emotion.
Correct.
Like she was like, oh, yeah, like I don't care about that. I need to fit in this dress. I need to be on TV, so I need to keep taking these pills. Like it wasn't based off of like, oh, they're helping me or any of this. Like it was like,
I agree with
where
you.
I'm gonna get.
I partially
agree with you, but if I introduce some type of drug you can get addicted to you,
yes,
I'm probably the reason
yes.
you're on this drug, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just saying she could have got off it if she would have,
like if somebody
thought
lays
logically.
If somebody lays up
education, bro,
then what?
Don't have an education, Luna.
We don't have the
not how
education. I'm
addiction
talking
works,
about the
though, bro.
facts.
You
The
can't
facts
just start
required.
fucking off of this shit.
The facts required to engage the problem that she was dealing with. She has no clue about stimulant medications. She didn't know the kind of thing she was taking. She sat there. They told her, "We're gonna put you on,
Nobody knew, really.
150 milligrams
knew.
of 150 milligrams of fludoxaboxamine, and you're gonna be chilling, and she's just like, okay, I'll lose weight, yeah, I'll get my red dress, she has no fucking clue,
and she's also actually losing the weight, and only one person was there to tell her that shit is wrong, you shouldn't be doing that, and he never went to see her again. She has no help, bro. This old ass lady don't like, bro. I don't think it's.
You think them niggas on the phone that phone scammed her, right? They don't know that there's just vulnerable people out there. They need people like her, bro.
Yeah, that's
that
who
shit
bro.
moving.
They target those type of people, bro. Elderly
let's talk
people
about
who live by themselves.
Let's talk about how it all ended up because I think that was really fucking lame too, bro. Like that bitch, goes out there but it was an accurate depiction of how people look. Cause like I'm watching this bitch on the subway, you feel me? And she's like telling folks like, yeah, I'm finna be on TV. Do you know where this is going? Like she's saying things that like are correct that we know from the viewer standpoint, and they make logical sense. They're not crazy. But to a random person, like they're just looking like, "Hey, man, this weird, whacked out looking bitch."
I'm from fucking New York, all
fuck
right?
away
If you
from me
go on
on
the
this
metro
subway.
in New York, I'm telling you niggas, you will be pulled up on by somebody who is out of sorts, looking disheveled as fuck,
But that's
talking to
my
you
point,
about some
Luno.
shit.
Is
Luno,
like it gave. Go ahead, Art.
My bad. But no, I was saying like it's crazy how many people like we all live in the city and shit that we seen cracked out people and shit like what is some shit like this is their story, like that's some crazy shit.
And I'm not even a hater. I fuck with them niggas, some of them.
And accurate depiction. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
like
sorry.
she wasn't wrong and she wasn't like crazy. She was asking logical questions. She was just all looking all fucked up when she did it. So everybody was like, "Get away from me, you cluck bitch!" You know.
Hey, speaking of junkies walking up on you in the street, bro, I had this shit happen to me one time. Goddamn, I'm outside of a fucking Winn-Dixie Plaza. I'm in the car. I'm in the car and shit. I'm going through my phone. Got the door open and shit because I'm about to go in, but I'm going through my phone real quick. As I'm getting out of my car, this nigga walk up on me with like they cut off jeans, but only one leg is cut off, like up to like the middle of his thigh or some shit, and the other is like a full pants leg. He has a fucking open flannel on with the dirtiest, holiest t-shirt. Nigga had a fucking Yeezy Classic on, damn near, with this fucking shirt he had on, bro, with a screwdriver in his hand. I go to looking for my tool because I'm like, this junkie about to stab me, and he like, hey my brother, hey, how much can I get from you for this screwdriver? I said, bro, get the fuck out of me. Get out of here, bro.
Yeah, before you go into crack rage and attack me, bro, because I know you can't control it.
Ain't no, bro. I wasn't gonna give him a chance to attack shit. I was gonna shoot that nigga.
So what I was saying though is like, you know, so she goes through all of that and then gets down to the you know, TV station or whatever it is. And like I say, bro, like she's right about what she's saying. And everybody's like, you know, oh yeah, you know, we're gonna call the security and the police and all of this. I'm like, damn, man, just tell the bitch you gonna put like lie to that hoe or something, man. Fuck. Just lie to that bitch and get her out of there, bro. Y'all doing too much. Like it's hold on, Luno, because this is where I'm gonna get somebody ass, man. You goddamn ISO. You goddamn white people. You goddamn white people get so scared of anything that might be some potential danger coming near you that you forget how your hands work. You immediately go to that fucking BlackBerry and start dialing them numbers, bro. What are you incapable? If you think an old woman who looks like she's on drugs is a threat to your safety or your business, tell that bitch a lie. Tell her to kick the bricks and get the fuck on. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all out here calling the fucking police on every cluck that walks the New York streets.
Shame on them for not giving that lady the help that she needed.
And they sent that bitch to a fucking sanatorium where they did some absolutely inhuman things. All them people belong in prison from the start. Like that's where I got uncomfortable at the movie, bro. Like I'm watching them, you know what I'm saying? Like force a tube down a bitch throat. And you know what I'm saying? Like force food in a bitch and all type of shit. Shock the fuck out this hoe. I'm like,
that nose shit was interesting. I gotta learn more about how they did that. I don't even know what that was.
Why?
So in what is it? It's a tactic to feed prisoners and to feed like prisoners of war, like overseas and shit like that. They basically lube up this tube and shove it into your nose, and it goes down
into the nasal, esophageal path. Yeah.
And that's how they feed you.
That is disgusting. And you know how awkward that feels? You ever been in the pool and go upside down doing like a flip or something and the water get in your nose?
Down that bitch.
Imagine doing that shit with food, bro.
They do that shit. What's the really fucking bad, like the number? What's the fucking name of the prison, bro?
Alcatraz.
There you go. That it originated there, and they've been doing that shit for fucking centuries, damn near.
Like, if y'all go to a hospital and you guys are sick or whatever else, they're gonna assess the situation. They're gonna get your hydration up. They're gonna do a scan on your body, and they're gonna tell you, "Hey, this is what we found. These are your numbers, you know, and we recommend this." You went to the hospital at that time. You got strapped down. They tried everything and shocked you. I'm sorry, bro. Them niggas were wilding, son.
Bro, everyone
you know what's crazy,
in there, this is the first group of people within this movie where everyone in there deserves to go to prison.
You know what's crazy, Luno? That nigga Most Def actually did a video on this shit where he like actually tried that shit. Like he had two people strap him down and attempt to force feed him. Like he did this as like an experiment or some shit. And he didn't even make it through like getting the tube down. Like he was like, no, I have to stop. I can't do this shit. This shit's terrible.
Bro, All right. So what was Jennifer Connelly's character's name?
Sarah?
Uh,
I mean,
There was the mom.
Mary, it's something Mary.
Yeah,
Marion.
Marion. Yeah, because that motherfucker made that corny ass Robin Hood joke. Fucking
oh,
right.
that's what he
So,
said.
yes, because he said he was like made Marion such and such. He was like, I'm Little John. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, you corny bastard.
That's what the fuck that.
That shit was lame, bro. That shit was lame as fuck.
That's his name, bro.
Bro, no,
Nigga
it
named
wasn't,
Lil
bro. His
John,
name was
bro.
like
that's
Tim
what his
or
homies
something.
call him.
His name was
His homies
Tim,
called him
bro.
Lil John, bro.
Do
Bro, his
niggas
name
call
was
you by
Tim,
your
bro.
first name, or do they call you KTM?
That no, I'm saying everyone else called him Tim. No one in that movie, not his partners, not nobody called
Oh,
him.
he was
Hey,
trying to
was
give
making
himself
look
a
Robin
name.
Hood,
on Google. Listen on Google right here. It says Keith David, aka Little John.
Yeah, Keith.
So,
Yeah,
I
I bet
mean,
it does. I bet it does.
I'm looking. It says Little John.
Yeah, I know it. I know it says that. That's what he called
Why that
himself.
nigga
So that's
kept-
what he gonna be.
Why he kept laughing like the devil?
Because
Because
he
he is a
always like
fucking
that.
devil.
That
Keith
nigga was
David.
evil as fuck, bro.
Yo, the
David
way he was
actually has
laughing,
a
I don't
bro.
think I've seen that many movies where this nigga
Keith
is not
David has
playing
a
an
couple
evil
of
Yo,
roles
yo,
where,
yo,
like,
yo,
he
yo.
is
When he
basically
was
the
about
devil,
to,
bro.
son, when he was about to get topped, the nigga said it's not out for air.
Yeah.
Like,
No, hey, I ain't gonna lie, Luno. Like, pause in event, but that motherfucker might have
he
said
fire
some
as a
mean shit to
bitch.
that
He a
bitch
fire as a
because
bitch, bro.
he put like you know what I'm saying, that bitch laid her head down there. He pulled that motherfucker out. That bitch didn't start going to work. He said, "I know it's impressive, but I ain't pull it out for air." Like,
Nah, that
he told
nigga
that
gross.
bitch,
He
you
kissed
know.
that bitch. Like, what's wrong with that nigga?
Well, no,
Well, he kissed her
beyond,
before.
You kissed her before,
rewind,
right?
No, not because
rewind.
of that. I'm talking about nigga.
Hold
That's
on, boys.
a potential
Rewind for
prostitute. What the fuck are you doing?
Nah, bro,
Watch, bro.
rewind for just a second, bro. So
What's up?
let's go back to you know, like how the shit starts, right? Buddy said, like, Harry says, "Oh shit, well, we need a fix here. Like, go get some money." This bitch is fucking her therapist. This nasty motherfucker. I'm talking about. She says, "Can you turn the
Is
lights
that
off,
who?
please?"
Is that who that was? That was
Yeah,
her
That is
because I
who it
looked
was.
it up,
Yes.
Luno.
The
I
reason
looked it
why
up, Luno.
my bad.
This motherfucker was that was her therapist, and I swear to God, Roots, that motherfucker. She said, "Cut off the lights." He said, "Why? You didn't want them off?" She said, "I want them off now." The lights cut off. This motherfucker clung
Got
to
to
this woman
eating.
back
Got to
like a
eating, son.
spider monkey, bro, and did some of the nastiest necking I've ever seen of that bitch. I was like, "This is disgusting."
I think that's what the Blair
yo.
Witch was all along, son. Like if
That's
you put
what
the
the
camera,
Blair
that's
It was
Witch
just that
was?
nigga the whole
It was
time.
that nigga, bro.
Fuck,
all,
man.
all them little girls went missing over, and what's her name?
That-
It was
that-
him.
creepy therapist with a receding
Hey, bro,
hairline.
that motherfucker is possessed by the spirit of King
I figured
Paimon,
out why I
whatever
picked the
his
movie
fucking
now.
name
In the
is.
universe.
Yeah, Paimon, bro.
King
That's
Paimon is that motherfucker now. Like,
That shit
but I'm
Bro,
not
she-
joking, bro. Like, I know that was the intent, but I was like, bro, this is like that. That was another part I was uncomfortable. I was like, this is disgusting, man.
But you know what, son? What she provided for this movie though was to show the consequential parts of being a junkie from the female perspective. Yeah, the mom is also a female, but she old, so it's also just like the most vulnerable of us are really affected. But also, she was a young woman. Typically, when you run out of money and you need drugs, you
I
end up
gotta
selling
say,
your
Luno,
fucking
that
ass.
shit-
I gotta say, Luno, man. You know, like I there's
And we're gonna talk
was-
about that party at the end.
it was no, yes, we are. It like I feel some sympathy, but let's be honest. This is how crack whores were made. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like a bitch decides, like, hey,
Nigga said
I-
crack whore.
I'm not joking, bro.
Nah,
like,
crack
you know,
whores is definitely a 90s
Yeah,
fucking term.
that's why I
know.
said it, because like this was that era. Like, but you know what I'm saying? A woman decides like she wants a fix, she don't got no money to pay for it. You know, they back then you always have a form of currency. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's shit. But
So
yeah,
you
so
know, just to be
hold
clear,
on, I'm
yo,
about to get
yeah.
to that, right? Like, so she goes from that motherfucker to this other motherfucker and goes over there, and then she's still trying to like stand on her moral dignity, yo. Like she's like, oh yeah, you know, like he says, I got this party, you know, where you could really score over there, and she's like, no, I don't really do this kind of thing. He's like, yeah, I'll see you Sunday, bitch. Like,
Yeah,
know?
like you're not doing nothing. You're really busy with what?
Yeah.
Here, have some of this. Those are a little packet of good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Bro, it was really and that's like that point, and that I gotta say this, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get it out the way. This part, and then that part where like Marlon Wayans was out there like fucking with that bitch. I was like, oh man, Root's finna be pissed at this movie. They got man ass all in this fucking movie.
Bro, I knew that's what you was talking about.
All this fucking man ass. I saw two female asses in this whole shit, bro.
And that shit didn't
That shit
even, like,
don't balance
it was
out.
like blurry and shake like black and going to
Who
different
else don't
screens,
want to
bro.
say the word?
Nah, I don't. What word?
Shaking.
No, not shaking. I was saying like the camera kept flashing to different shit.
You couldn't see the clear ass, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
on the bitches, bro.
not fucking her ass shaking.
Yeah,
Nigga. I'm
yeah.
talking about
Why
the
they
camera.
gave the nigga perfect lighting and shit? Pause. Like yo, they really set that shit up, huh? They was really just out.
Kept the camera still as a bitch, bro. Damn,
Yeah,
zoom
like-
in on
this
that
nigga,
shit.
bro.
Nigga just standing up looking
Roots
goofy
He
in
said,
his goddamn
"It's been a
house and
minute. We
shit.
ain't had no man ass movies. Hold up, Roots."
Oh, shit.
Nah,
They
Bro,
showed
they got
that nigga
one
Keith
nigga-
David shit too.
One
like,
nigga, bro, got Marlon Wayans standing there playing with a fucking mirror, standing butt ass naked in the fucking living room.
Seeing
Fucking
shit in the
creep.
fucking
and then
mirror
he
and
out there,
shit.
and then he go over there.
He
And
think
start
about his mom while he butt ass naked, bro. Let's
No,
not
and then he
fucking
go
ignore
over
that.
there and he start fake fucking that bitch, and it's like the shitty ass HBO.
Oh yeah,
Max
can we
fake
talk about
fucking,
that too, yo? I
like,
don't know if
he's-
that's supposed to be just love making, but I don't
Like,
think
bro,
anything was
he's
happening.
just spooning that hoe. You're not penetrating that hoe. Like,
that nigga wasn't doing shit, man.
bro,
Nigga
he's
might not have
just
even been
he's
bricked in
just
that
a
scene.
junkie.
Pause.
Well, hold on,
He's
hold on.
just
'cause
hot
I've
spooning
I've-
like a
I've
junkie,
done that.
man.
I've done. Hey, hold on. I've done that position before. That position is fire.
It can be, but that's not
It
how
don't
you
look
do
like
it.
he was using it as a
Bro.
position.
Hey, from
Yeah,
the
that's
side,
not how
that
you
shit
do it.
crazy.
So nobody heard this nigga, bro.
But yeah, I heard. I'm acting like I didn't hear it though.
What? Who, Luno? Oh yeah.
He said that nigga probably wasn't even bricked during that shit, man.
I don't
That
need
nigga Luna
to
want
know.
that shit to be authentic, bro.
Yeah,
Pause.
I mean, bro, like,
He
imagine,
mad
like,
that
the
that nigga had a
female, bro,
soft.
the actress gotta, like, that shit would be wild. Like, a motherfucker, like, oh, hey, I don't know, like, if he really, like, on that with me, I
Bro,
can't
if
do
you
this
commission
scene.
me for
Like,
that scene, I'm doing that shit for real for the time that the
Yeah, don't
camera's
put
on.
that
bro.
sounds
Don't
real
put me in
rapey.
I mean, you can't
Wow.
fuck her though. You
Sex
gotta
scene,
like,
bro.
but my shit would probably be rock. You feel
Yeah,
me?
I'm about to
Like, why
say, bro,
not?
I'm laid up on a
Don't
Yo.
put me in
like,
no
and that
sex
was
scene with
that
no
was a
badass
good
bitch,
looking
bro.
black woman too. Like,
I
Nigga
thought she
said,
was
"I'm
fire.
gonna
I thought
do
she
this."
was fire. I don't
He
know.
said he gonna just
Definitely
fuck her.
fire.
Like, you can't
yeah,
just do
who else?
that.
Like, he's saying, I'm not
Yeah,
saying
I'ma
I'm
just
fucking her for
record
real.
Hey,
this,
relax,
nigga.
relax. I'm not saying I'm gonna just take
That's
it
not
from
your
her.
choice.
Like, you know,
Like,
I'm gonna talk to the director, you know what I'm saying? See what we could do. Let's push some
Man,
envelopes,
what?
you know what I'm
Talk
saying?
to
I'm not
her.
talking to the director. I'm talking to that nigga. I'm talking
I'm
to
gonna talk
the
him,
bitch, bro.
and he's gonna talk her into
He's
it.
trying
Like,
to facilitate it to the director. Nigga,
This
talk
shit
to the
is
bitch
sick.
first.
Hey,
Make
give
sure
her a
Yeah.
she
couple
cool
bucks.
with it.
the director walks
He's
up
trying
like,
to
so what
up her
you're gonna
pay
do?
talking
You're
to
gonna
the
go ahead and
director.
spread them legs for my partner over here. Like, what?
You want this
sign
role,
up and-
right?
oh,
You want to
Matt,
be a
you wanna
star, right?
Yeah, I'm about to say, you want to be a star or not? Like,
This is your moment.
Look, this is
shit
show business.
sick.
This is show business, toots.
This is
before we
hey,
get
Luno,
demonetized,
you're a
yo, my
sick
fault.
individual, man.
Hey man, y'all was misunderstanding me, but
But-
it's all good.
So hold on, yeah. So let's talk about this party, man. Everyone at this party deserves to be in prison, bro.
Bro, they're
I
all
don't-
fucking Arnold the Shrinks, bro. They're all
Man,
the
let me
same
tell
nigga.
you something, Roots. At one point, that motherfucker, I'm laughing when that motherfucker gets on screen and it just says ass to ass.
She asked that nigga what you want. That nigga said ass.
Ass.
Hey,
And
who else?
this nigga's in his 60s, bro. This nigga
Bro.
down there old as fucking Sarah, bro.
Roots, the whole fucking room starts chanting, come, come, come. I said, what is this, bro?
I
What
swear
the
to God,
fuck
this is the wildest
I
scene
said,
I've
all
ever
of y'all
seen,
belong
bro.
in prison, boy. These bitches,
All
like, they're
fucking creeps,
it's just
bro.
two strung out bitches throwing their lower backs at each other while the
They ain't
room
got- they ain't have a whole lot of
while the
Yeah,
room
was that-
simultaneously
Hey, nah.
chants for an
They had
orgasm,
objects
bro.
out and they was using that
Like-
shit to make them motherfucking women do the human centipede
Bro,
with an object in their
I-
butt.
That
Like,
shit
Bro.
wasn't like no dildo either. That shit was like a doorknob.
That was like a
No,
police
it
baton,
was,
bro.
fools. It was like one of them two-ended joints. Like, them
Pause.
bitches was connected by a plastic gummy worm. Like, them hoes, just had them bitches throwing lower back at each other while the
Oh,
whole room
shit.
simultaneously chants demanding an
Not
orgasm.
Jennifer,
Like,
not Jennifer, but the other one had some ass on it. I seen
man.
through the
that
shaking
one
of the
bitch, she
camera. I
had some
seen some shaking
bruises on her too. I was like, bro, this ain't even like,
She had to
come
be-
on, bro.
Hey
This
y'all,
is not her
real
first
quick.
night doing this shit.
No,
This
for
ain't
sure.
even sexy.
One
like,
of them was mad comfortable with it. Shorty, she was strung out,
Oh,
so
she
she
was
was
so
just like
relaxed,
going
boy.
through it. But
This is what she do every Saturday.
that's what I'm
yeah,
saying, bro. Like that, like she might have just been being sexually assaulted, low key. Like,
But
she
listen, I
just
had a
was like,
crazy thought with the scene though, because hey man,
oh
they threw in
God,
some.
I don't know about you.
Relax, nigga. They threw in some racism on this shit. They when the nigga
Oh,
got locked and
Racism?
shit, and it was when the nigga got locked or
did.
whatever else, bro was spazzing out, Tyrone or whatever else, and they said, "Shut up, crackhead, nigga. Should learn some respect." He said,
Smack the shit out that nigga,
He
bro.
hit him with a fucking nightstick.
There's some respect,
Bro,
nigga.
in the line, whenever they're going through and making sure they're able to work, I'm pretty sure the nigga Tyrone said yes, sir, but he said it kind of low and with an attitude. Got the shit smacked out on Bobby.
smacked the shit out of
Night
him.
with more respect, bitch ass nigga.
Oh,
said,
Pujols,
Hey,
I bet you love
that nigga
shit,
got up
huh?
and was loud and clear after that.
He said,
Pujols
"Crackhead, nigga,
love
learn
that
some
shit.
respect."
I
Yes,
watched
sir.
this. I watched
Yeah,
this
hit him again. Like,
with a woman, like, so this shit was like,
you was watching this with a woman?
yeah.
Why?
She liked it.
I went to go get a haircut and I was already by her crib and shit. So I was like, I could go over here and watch that shit.
Yeah, I'm about to say this is K Slim territory. Like watching this with a
No,
woman.
but it ain't like, bro. I know this bitch. He'll do
okay.
that with a. Well, I don't want to hoe him when we live. Never mind.
Go ahead, say.
He'll do that with
No, relax. I brought up that
yeah.
racism shit though. I brought up that racism shit because they had that shit. So in this movie, they got to go a little bit crazy on black people and shit. They also gave a nigga named Tyrone, which is like a haha, like, all right, we get it. You gave that nigga a black ass name, whatever. But on the flip, I think that party at the end was really roasting the shit out of rich old white men, son.
Oh, yeah.
If this movie don't make you question the interest of rich old white men, yo, like
Pete,
these
Hey,
niggas are
Luno.
different, son.
Luno, Pete, everybody in there was tuxedo suited up, bro.
Yeah, it's
These
not like they pulled
motherfuckers
up to
was
like a
fresh off the
party.
job in the office and shit.
Yeah, young people pull up and shit. They in their casual clothes and shit like that. If they're gonna have some weird shit, probably like they having like a fun ass party. Like that shit look like
Bro,
a
this was an
professional
eyes
event.
wide
Bro,
shut
this
party,
is a
bro.
thing that they do a lot. Like you can tell, this is a continuous event for them. At least once a month, they do this.
It's like
Shit,
Dr. Bridges, you're invited. You're invited to the party this Sunday. We'll have bitches. You know, like very
Bro,
important. Yeah,
but yeah, bro. All
Yeah,
of these
I'm gonna
things
make
are
sure I
second-
have, Little John bring the crack horse through,
Bro,
yeah.
this
Little John is
the,
gonna bring some horrors for us.
This is the fucking yeah, and then they go sell insurance policies. This is the fucking like this is the second group of people in this movie that all deserve to go to prison.
You've been saying this a lot. What's with you in prison tonight? Like you
No,
just
I mean
the
it
system
because
is fucked in this movie and in real life.
Let me explain this to you, Luno, right? Everybody in Sarah's story deserved to be in prison. Everybody in Marion's story deserved to be in prison. Everybody in Tyrone's story already was in prison. So let's talk about Harry. Harry, you stupid son of a bitch. All of this. All of this. You and your partner fucked off just because that was so disgusting, man. This open ass black sore on his fucking arm.
And it didn't even start off that bad, bro.
No, he shot heroin into it.
Yeah, I know. That
He
was
said,
just
I can't. He said, I
look,
can't shoot it, and I'll blow it if I do. Like,
look, they like back then and shit. You got one main vein and whatnot.
Yes.
That's the only shit you use. So he's continuously shooting in this shit a lot more than fucking Tyrone is. Because Tyrone, we never saw Tyrone
but I presume that
outside of.
I presume his shit
I'm
is good.
telling you, bro. Tyrone
Exactly.
was just
so
a
he's just
regular
continually
ass
blowing
drug
off
user.
his fucking arm, bro. He sees this shit as he's going to get water for his bitch and just blows it off, ignores it.
Hey,
now
I
we're
really
mad
like
again, even worse in the car, and he's like, "Yeah, man, this shit fucking sucks or whatever, but I'm still gonna shoot up."
by the
Tyrone
time he
said,
got
"Hey,
to
bro,
that
don't do that shit,
bro." By the time they got to that
fucking
hospital,
arm.
he was on the moon, son. Like, bro, the pain that looked like that. I'll give him credit. They made that nigga look like he was in the worst pain, yo. And after you see the gash too, like it really changes how you look at it. Like,
I mean, you got to imagine because he had gangrene, like his arm was gangrenous. That basically means that your arm is rotting from the inside out. You feel me? So, like, I imagine that is not a comfortable feeling, because also, like, it's attempting to still pump blood through this infected motherfucker,
Yeah.
and you just stuck a needle in that bitch. Yeah, it's probably pretty fucking horrible, full of drugs. But yeah, like, all of this shit to say, like, he went out there and he did some stupid ass shit, bro. Got him and his partner like locked. I assume he's going to prison after that too. It ends the movie with him laid up in the hospital. They cut his fucking arm
Oh
off.
fuck yeah,
You
that
feel
is
me?
gangrene. I'm looking at a fucking picture of it right now.
Yep.
Shit.
And like he tried calling it. Well, that's one thing, right? Those people belong in prison too, because I don't care what the situation is, right? You are not, as a medical professional, it is not ethical for you in the slightest if someone is a drug addict and you look and see that there is something horrendously wrong with them, to, instead of treat them, send them to prison. You treat them first and then allow the authorities to come in and handle this shit, right? The
Well,
motherfuckers send him to prison with a half rotten arm, bro. And that's like, I don't know, he probably still would have lost that bitch. But that, like, he's
he'd have
in
been
there,
better off because at that point they're looking to heal him and not fucking punish him.
like, this is ridiculous, bro. They cut his arm off after, like, that prison say, y'all could have, like, did all of this shit and then sent him to jail, bro. What the fuck? Like, y'all,
Well,
yes, all of you
this is
belong in
actually
prison
this is
for
this is
violating the
clearly set.
Hippocratic Oath.
This is clearly set in like the early 90s, because by 97, so to speak, that's when they started instead of taking addicts to jail, they take them to rehabilitation, and then from there to a halfway house and shit like that, if they're not caught actively doing the crime or with it on them. You know what I'm saying? That's why motherfucking drug dealers started copping a plea in court and saying that they were addicts and users instead of sellers.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Look,
like, all them people, there's your fourth group. They all deserve to go to prison. Put
Right.
these motherfuckers in jail.
Prison aside, I thought that the journey that I got to go on with all these characters or whatever else was lucid, and I thought that they did a really good job of making the viewer kind of feel high. I'm kind of surprised that I'm just seeing this now, because I thought Midsummer was like the only movie that did a good job of like conveying like the euphoria and all the sort of shit. I thought this movie did that shit really well. And there's probably more. I think that even if you think that the characters are fallible in ways that you can't stand, or that the movie drags sometimes or repeats motifs in a way that feels like beating a dead horse, you can't deny that they took some cinematic risks, and it definitely paid off. It was very effective. There's a lot of good use of sound as well in this movie. I think I can't be too hard on this shit, even if it's not like my cup of tea, like as a kind of
showed
movie.
the story of a junkie very accurately, from maybe not the beginning, but at least like some early stages all the way to the tragic ending. It connects everybody back in the end. You know what I'm saying? All four of them curl up in the fetal position to connect at the end of the movie with where all of their bad choices have led them. They're all in horrible situations now as a
well,
result of this addiction that they end, like,
Marion
poor
looked
other
like
life
she's
choices.
enjoying her fucking life.
I bet because she's out of her mind. She lost her mind, bro.
Marion certainly has,
She just had to like, basically, get raped by a woman in front of old white men for money. Like, at this
Well,
point, her psyche is shattered.
hold on. Let's
No,
not
we're
use
not
that
gonna do
word.
that, bro.
Let's not use that word, bro.
Bro. I don't know what to call it, because it was not regular, consensual, whatever. That bitch wasn't enjoying.
She was
that
doing
shit.
what she felt she needed to do in order to get high.
That's cool, but
That shit
a
is not
motherfucker
rape,
wasn't
nigga.
a
She did that shit
consensual
Exactly. That's
sex.
not rape, bro.
Consensual sex
She
is
took her
generally
own clothes
enjoyable, and
off.
she did not enjoy that in the
Bro,
slightest.
Nigga, you think a
And-
prostitute is getting raped?
No,
Exactly.
I think that a prostitute at least somewhat enjoys what they're doing.
No,
Not
they
all of
I
don't.
don't think that's the
nigga.
truth.
I said generally.
No.
You be
They
saying
don't
you
be
be
wanting
having
to
some
be
wild
wanting their
takes,
bodies
I,
for
man.
I don't know if I
sex.
should even say this on
Who
stream.
else?
Because
What I'm saying,
if
bro,
we talk
is
about that shit, is it
We're
like
talking about a
encouraging
real
it?
point. We're talking about a real point. Go ahead.
bro.
Go ahead,
What
Lil.
I'm saying, y'all, like, I
Shit.
don't understand how y'all can watch a motherfucker be in the middle of, like, where this is not a decision that someone made to go have sex with another person. This is somebody saying, hey, all right, this is what I want from you next for this, amount of money. Do this like weird party trick and think that is just some regular ass shit. Like
You don't
that's
have to
some
do it though. Nobody forced her. She went there on her own.
that's not my argument. My argument is that
it's not the same as lovemaking.
Yeah, man.
I think that's pretty much the point. It's not the same as like a standard or like a conventional sexual, encounter. Like she was definitely doing some wild shit. You know,
she was doing the shit that crack whores and prostitutes do. She was committing an act in order to get some type of receiving from that act.
Yeah.
Was she fully comfortable with it? No. Was it rape? No.
Hell no.
She was just regretting the decision that she made in the middle of her acting out the decision that she made.
I don't know, Roots, because nowadays
smiling with that pack. She wasn't
but that's what I said. Who else? I think that was because she lost her fucking mind. I think that bitch psyche broke.
Bitch ain't take a shower or nothing. Just laid down.
Yeah, I think at that point that bitch is just
cuddled up with some smack.
Like she's happy that she got a fix, but she's old. Like she's her shit is shattered.
Man, she know what she need to do in order to get some fucking some.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about her situation too, yo? You got to think about the mentality of them niggas that's picking her up. You know what I'm saying? The niggas that she called, because if you were just a regular crack hoe, like beat as shit or whatever else, he wouldn't have put you on. But the fact is, you're a crack hoe that's also mad good looking too. You know what I'm saying? So I could pimp you out. I could pimp you out, bring you to these black tie affairs and shit, and have these niggas, use implements on you. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Art. Yo, Art.
Yo.
When you supposed to have a friend on this episode? What happened to that?
Oh, I ain't going hard show yet. So.
Oh, okay.
That was gonna be the deal.
Don't be doing bad business, Art.
Yeah, we ready to final thoughts this bitch and have a life?
Sure.
All right, I guess I'll start. Not gonna lie, the build up to this movie was super fucking slow. Like I put in the chat that I was getting fucking irritated with this movie because I was. It seemed like it was just a bunch of fucking pieces that they were throwing on a board, but then they kind of like reverse Pangea'd or whatever the fuck into the storyline. So I guess that was cool. Will I ever watch this movie again? Fuck no. This is a very fucked up movie, and I don't like watching fucked up movies. I'm not. I wouldn't say straight edge because I definitely drink, but like I'm not a drug person. You know what I'm saying? I could have went my whole life without knowing what it means to be a junkie. You know what I'm saying? So this movie didn't really do it for me. That being said, was it shot very well? Yes. Was it entertaining to a certain extent? Yes. I think the storyline was very great. I think it conveyed what it wanted to convey, and it did the purpose that it wanted to. So as far as a rating, again, I have to factor in the fact that I will never fucking watch this shit again. And I wouldn't suggest anybody watch this fucking shit unless they're on drugs. As a fucking, hey, this is what you could end up like type shit. Like I would probably show this to, like, if I had a little cousin on drugs or some shit like that, I'll show this to them. Now today it wouldn't mean much because these little niggas is fucking retarded. But yeah, educational, yes. Entertaining, by ways of a rating, I gotta give it like a 6.5.
My bad, I was muted. This on me next?
Yeah.
All right. Normally, y'all know my critique of shit is that I think that, there are characters that are not redeemable. All these characters are pieces of shit, but I don't think that fully applies. I think that the intent was to make all these characters, like pieces of shit. But there are factors in at least two of them where I can look through and I feel sympathetic for characters. I'm like, damn, even though like you're a fucked up junkie piece of shit, like I can feel for you, I don't know. Obviously, this wasn't supposed to be an enjoyable watch, right? But I can appreciate the artistic aspects of it, right? I think that they did depiction of, the damage that drugs can cause, especially back in the 2000s. That was probably pretty powerful. They were just coming out the crack epidemic and whatnot. And I mean, it's still going today, but not crack, but my point being is that I think that is a good message. I think it was conveyed well. I think they had some interesting cinematic choices. I think that for the most part, people played their roles well, regardless of how well you might have liked the characters. I think they played the roles well. You feel me? During this podcast, I've realized that I like it a little bit less than I originally thought that I did. Um,
Talking about the
I
movie or the podcast?
both,
Damn,
realistically,
that's
both.
crazy.
I hate this motherfucker, but um, I think that I agree with Roots. I probably wouldn't watch this again like my own volition. Maybe like if I was with some people and they had never seen, I'll be yeah, like if they talked about it, yeah, sure, let's watch this. So, but like, I definitely wouldn't watch it with no bitch. Pool's wilding for that. Um, I'm probably gonna get a movie like a 7.5 though. It's solid. It's not, like it is a decent movie, and I applaud art from that. Those that know me know I shit on a lot of art movies. This is one of the better ones he picked. I know that he knew what he was doing when he was picking it, but it's a solid pick, man.
Wait,
Congratulations.
hold on. What was he doing? What was he doing?
He knows what he was doing. He didn't pick, let's just say Roots. The Requiem for a Dream is not a motherfuckers or Me, Earl, and a Dying Girl. You know what I'm saying?
Me, Earl, and Guy Girl got a relatively high rating. Thank you very much. But
Relatively high.
yeah, exactly. It's pretty critically, successful. But go on.
Oh, I'm gonna hit this Doja.
Goddamn junkie.
Damn right.
Learn nothing from this movie.
Yeah, man. I take the purple one in the evening. All right, so first of all, this movie is dope, and I'm gonna have to inflate the score as a result of that. One thing I like about this is the sound design. Very good use of sounds, uh, changing the environment, changing the feel through sound. They had a really great soundtrack too, some great musical numbers and shit. A lot of it was repeated, but the repeats were symbolic. I think that there was a roller coaster of emotions, like highs and lows that you feel as the viewer. Even though they're junkies and their lives are terrible, they're still really funny. So you can kind of laugh with them sometimes. When they go through bad times, you go down bad times with them too. I think they did a good job at showing that. I thought a lot of scenes, they kind of like kind of fucked with your experience as a viewer to show how their experience is fucked up as characters. I think the Italian ice scene where they stole the gun and played catch with it, but it was all like a fucking fiction in this dude's mind. I thought that was super clever, and I enjoyed that scene a lot. And it also kind of showed like, wow, this nigga's fucked up, like it was really successful there. Look, this movie is basically just a cautionary tale of vice and indulgence, and it also doubles as like a uphill battle of redemption. It blurs the line between fiction and reality, and it puts the viewer through basically the harrowing depths, right, of addiction. I think that it's not like entertaining in the generic sense where you're gonna have shit exploding, a really obstinately obnoxious characters, and over the top visual, effects that are gonna, I think this movie here um was like a very tactful um, you know, story of addiction, indulgence, um, you know, family, love, whatever else on top. And it doesn't have a happy ending. So, um, contrary to what I think a lot of y'all think, I think this movie is a sleeper pick. I think that film buffs will probably have more fun with it than a general audience. Overall, I gave this one here an 8.1. It's actually one of the better movies that I've seen, and left a pretty good impression on me. So it's a good one.
All right, man. My bad. I couldn't come off mute. Yeah, man. Like I said before, this movie is not necessarily just like I said. All movies are not supposed to be super enjoyable and why have a bunch of replay value and all that shit. Yeah, but this is supposed meant to be like an experience for you, where so you see it once and you remember it, and you remember things that you see in the shit or how it's shot and the message it's supposed to bring out. So I think that's it got that off very well. Shit, like growing up where I'm at in Baltimore, we pretty much the fucking heroin capital and shit. So I've seen a lot of heroin addicts and shit. So this really gave me insight on the type of shit that they gotta go through in life. So it is kind of fucked up. Like watching it, like I said earlier, seeing somebody dozing off on the bus stop and shit, and trying to figure out what their story is and shit, and how they got to that point. So they kind of give you that insight, which is kind of dope. No pun intended. But y'all said everything. I'm gonna give this a 8.2.
What you give it, Art?
8.2.
He had to go just a little bit higher than Luno's score.
8.2.
All right. Initially, you know how art movies go. Like, man, I don't want to watch no shit this nigga said watch, man. Shit be ass, bro. So, I mean, put the shit on. It's a white guy doing some bullshit, trying to take a TV, giving it to a nigga who he keep doing the same shit with. I'm like, okay, this shit pretty fucking ass, man. Wish I wasn't doing this. I don't want 2 hours. Like, I'm looking at the clock, like, damn, 2 hours. This shit, fuck, nigga. They got it really. Until like I actually sat down and like started paying like close attention to it, seeing just how they all handle addiction differently. I wasn't listening to the beginning of the podcast, but I don't know if we shouted out how well everybody acted, at least the main 4 characters. I think they went fucking crazy. Like,
yeah, shout out Marlon Wayans, man.
Not especially him, because I don't think he was the best, but to see him in a role that's not a jokey, goofy nigga was insane. Like, that nigga was dope. Like, I didn't even know he could act like that.
Shit.
Yeah, he should have. I didn't know he could do that. Like, that nigga was, and he still had a little bit of the funny charisma.
My bad,
with
Pools.
him too.
I actually meant to point out. I meant to point out. I did not like how they had this nigga talking like he was in the 70s.
At first, he stopped
like
doing that though. During the middle of the movie, he wasn't doing that shit no more.
Hey, why you jobbing, man?
Yeah, he was definitely stereotypical as fuck. He was talking about.
He was about to call somebody a jive turkey, bro.
Bro, he said dynamite 3 times on the phone with a motherfucker.
Yeah, though it was they acting was dope. I think the best was the old lady, like getting into losing her fucking mind, eating them shits like M&Ms, to fucking going to the damn studio and they wrapping her ass, getting her ass up out of there, put her in the hospital, electroshocking her ass. Like, I think she had the best story. Everything else was like, this shit was fucking fire. And KTL, you said you want to watch it with a bitch. Well, you're not me. Anything I
was about to ask you what the girl thought of it.
She enjoyed it. She worked at like a fucking homeless shelter and shit.
Oh, so this
she was
her
like,
life.
yeah. She was like, this shit bringing her back to work. She just got off. She low-key was pissed, but she liked the movie. Also, nigga, anything I'm interested in, the woman's gonna be interested in too, because it's me, nigga. I ain't you. Fuck out of here.
Oh my god.
Okay.
It's all crazy.
Movie was fucking 10 times better than I expected, and I did not think I would be the one to give it the highest score, but I gotta go 8.7. Good shit.
Damn. Pools gave a high rating on an art movie.
It's not the first time.
It took a whole year, but
not true. 12 Angry Men. Stop playing. Top 3.
All right, man. Well, with that being said, the final rating comes out to be a 7.8.
Respectable.
Justice, man.
All right. KTL, want to go ahead and introduce the next movie?
I'm finna go on a monologue real quick. Roots, put me on.
Let's go.
I got you.
For those that, like y'all watch the podcast faithfully, man, first off, I appreciate y'all. But I want y'all to know, man, it's been some real bitch-ass shit going on behind the scenes, man. I'm talking about some real goofy-ass, pardon my French, faggot-ass shit
going on
behind
the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a bunch to say. I done dropped classic after classic after classic on this fucking podcast.
So your
I
Mountain Dew.
decide, all right, hey,
Debatable.
shut the fuck up. It's my time to talk. As I was saying, I take my foot off the gas, but one time they trying to say I'm washed. All right, I got
Twice,
something for you
low-key.
bitches. Y'all really don't, in the words of Puos, y'all really don't deserve this shit. But it's all right. I'm gonna put you swine onto some masterpieces this
Let's
week,
see
right?
it.
We got
Pause. Let's see it.
we 52 weeks in, we 1 year in, and I'm bringing back the MVP of the podcast, man. The motherfucker who consistently puts up Wilt Chamberlain numbers on this podcast. Matthew McConaughey is back for a third fucking time. 1996, we got Matthew McConaughey, Kevin Spacey, Samuel L. Jackson, Sandra Bullock, A Time to Kill. And before you say anything, Puos, just know this is one of them movies.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
We have a stigma of movies that we be reviewing on the podcast. This is one of them movies.
I wasn't gonna say nothing, bro.
Yeah, this one of them R-word ass movies. And I don't want you
one
to
of
be
those?
surprised about it. It's in the movie. And we're gonna talk about it.
Oh,
This
man.
nigga just confessed immediately. He didn't even.
Jesus Christ.
Samuel Jackson,
He didn't want us to be blindside. Nigga warned us.
Yeah, I'm warning him up. I don't want nobody tagging me on KTL. You picked it. Yes, I did.
It happens so often, though.
This bad ass movie ain't deserve that long ass monologue, but all right.
Hey, yeah, well, guess what? Your career is mid as fuck. It's my turn in the spotlight, pussy.
That's not true. Art top tier now. He just.
Oh my God! You see how simple this
Yeah,
is.
we
Now,
not
this
bring
is
we not bringing
disrespect.
Discord
Watch this.
battle rap law
Next
into this.
week, y'all be here. Next week, you get one good performance. Say thank you. Watch this. All right. This run, I'm finna go on. Finna be legendary. Watch me. Watch me.
I'm finna do some ass shit next week. I ain't gonna lie to niggas. Like,
Not me. I'm on a
Get
Hall
ready.
of Fame run.
All
Ironically,
right, man. Well,
Kevin Spacey movie, Anderson movie. Wow.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
you're right. Let me go
shit,
pick some
boy.
shit with roach food.
oh shit. All right, man. That has been another episode of the Real Rap Coalition podcast. You know what I'm saying? Next week, we're gonna be watching A Time to Kill with Sandra Bullock, Sam L. Jackson, in which he ain't even speak. He ain't even speak on America.
Nah, Roots, fuck that. Play the other song.
I'm not playing Mama is a fucking junkie and shit.
Why not? Why not?
We off that, man.
Matthew McConaughey, the GOAT, back.
Yeah, man. This is what we're gonna be watching next week. Y'all make sure y'all pull up for the motherfucking first anniversary of a Real Rap Coalition podcast, man. And we out this hoe.
This motherfucker.